generally? What are some things that you like?
Usually, I like languages a lot. I study
Okay.
language. It's my hobby.
Okay. What's your favorite language?
German, but I don't
German.
speak it very well.
Oh,
It's difficult, but
German
I
is
like
so
it.
hard.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Why do you like German?
Excuse me?
So, what do you like about German? What do you like
I,
about
I
German?
don't know. I think is the sound. I like it. I
Okay.
like it a lot. I don't know exactly what particularly I like.
All right.
I just
Cool.
like it.
Yeah. Well, it's good to meet you, Aslan. And how am I pronouncing your name correctly? How do you say your name?
Yes, you're pronouncing correctly. Iceman.
Okay. Cool. And Julieta, welcome to class. How's it going?
Hi, it is going well, thanks.
Nice. Good to hear. Good to see you again. Um,
Thank you.
Julieta, what would you? How do you read the alien thing?
It's tough, really strange and tough
It is.
situation.
Yeah.
Me,
Kind of cool though.
mm,
Did you like that?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought
Really
it was
cool.
hilarious. I was. Yeah. Okay. Um. Okay. Yeah. I don't really. How'd you like the Tempest? How'd you like the Tempest?
Yes, it's really great. It's
Nice.
great.
Okay.
Hmm.
Cool. Um. And David, how's it going?
Hello, it's going well, thanks.
Okay. Nice. Good to hear. And what have you been up to today, David?
Nothing special,
Nothing special?
nothing special.
Okay.
Working. Um, the only thing I think more special is I went out for some running in the afternoon.
I went out for a run, maybe.
I went out for a run. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds nice. Do you like to run on the street, or do you have like trails that you go on? Where do you run?
I ran near to my house because I live in the countryside
Near to
and
my house?
close to my house. Close to my house, yes. And it's a mix between road and tracks.
Okay. Road and trails.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. And I forget who came in next. Jair, how's it going?
It is going good, thanks.
Okay. Good to hear. And Jair, how have you been?
Uh, Nothing special.
Okay, nothing special.
Yeah.
All right. And I guess what did you do today?
What I do today?
Yeah, what did you do today?
Ah, it was a regular day. I went to the office in the morning and I have attending some meetings with my team members. It was a regular day, you know.
Okay, cool. Well, good to see you again. Jose, how are you?
I'm doing very well. Thanks for asking, and you, Joshua?
Doing really well. Thank you for asking. And, hmm, Jose, did you do anything exciting over the weekend? Did you do anything out of the ordinary?
Uh, for the weekend?
Hmm? Last weekend.
Yes. Last weekend, yeah. On Saturday, I was at home with my family, and on Sunday, I went shopping.
Okay. What'd you go shopping for?
Uh, I I um, I went to look uh, to
Hmm.
look like some products.
Okay. I broke up a little bit, but I think I got the gist of that. All
Yes.
right. Thales, how's it going? Thales? Maria, what about you? How are you, Maria?
I am fine, and you?
I'm doing really well. Thank you for asking. Good to see you again. What did you do today, Maria?
Today, I was studying English. 50 minutes ago, I was running, jogging,
Okay.
anything else.
Okay. So
My life
pretty
is
relaxed.
boring.
And your life is
Yes.
boring. Okay.
Hi, teacher.
Hi, Thales.
Oh, I had mic problems. Right now, I fixed it.
Okay, cool. It's good to have you in class. Yeah, I've had you before in class.
Yes, I'm always studying.
Yeah. It's a new picture, though.
Yes, I think so.
Okay. And what have you been up to today, Thales?
I've been studying a lot, just studying English.
Okay, so just studying?
Yes.
All right, cool. Yeah, and I think that's everybody. We've got Maria again. Let's get started with today's class. We're going to be doing some reading. And let's start with Aislan. Can you read the question?
Yes. Is there enough energy to move the entire current human population of planet?
Yeah, that's a question from Adam. And can you read the first paragraph?
There are a bunch of science fiction movies where, because of population overpopulation or nuclear war, humanity abandons Earth.
Nice. Yeah, it would be a big migration. Okay, any questions here so far?
No.
Thanks, Maria. David, can you read the next paragraph?
Yes, but lifting people into space is hard. Barring a massive reduction in the population, is launching the whole human race into space physically possible? Let's not even worry about where we are headed. We'll assume we don't have to find a new home, but we can't stay here.
Good. Yeah. That's the link, Maria. And any questions here?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's the meaning of bearing.
Barring.
Barring. All right.
David, can you explain? David?
Yes, I am thinking about it. I'm not sure because I think if barring even doing a reduction of the population.
Not even. Good idea, though. Any other ideas? Anybody else think they can explain barring?
Like excluding.
Excluding, yeah. So if that doesn't happen, so excluding a massive reduction in the population. Good. Nicely done.
Thanks.
Yeah. And any other questions?
No.
Okay. And so this is cutting and pasting people from Earth and putting them somewhere else. Julieta, can you read the next paragraph?
To figure out if this is plausible, we can start with an absolute baseline energy requirement: 4 gigajoules per person. No matter how we do it, whether we use rockets or a cannon or a space elevator, moving a 65-kilogram person or a 65 kilograms of anything out of the Earth's gravity will requires at least this much energy.
Uh-huh. Out of the Earth's gravity well.
Out of the Earth. I can't say it. Can you say it again?
Yeah, out of the Earth's gravity well.
Out of the Earth's gravity well requires at least this much energy.
Yeah. So the gravity well is the influence that the mass of the Earth has on space. And so once you get outside of the gravity well, you're out of orbit pretty much. You're outside of the Earth's influence. Really nicely done. Gigajoules? Can you repeat gigajoules one more time?
Gigajoules.
Yeah. Okay. And questions here.
Well is the same of field.
A well is it's something that you use for water. So
Okay.
This would be a well. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. In this case, it's a gravity field too, which is reasonable. Yeah. Any other questions?
No.
Yes, just about the pronunciation of gigajoules. Gigajoules, you said.
Gigajoules.
Yes, I always heard this unity of measure of energy being pronounced like joules.
Maybe in British English.
All right.
Yeah. In the U.S., it'd be a joule of energy.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah. Good question though. Yeah, I'm not sure how they say it over there across the ocean. Okay. And any other questions? Good. Let's go on. Let's have Jair. Can you read the next bit?
Okay. Gravitational potential energy. Okay. I need to explain the numbers or not?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know how to say.
Okay. Can anybody explain this equation? Can anybody read this equation?
Okay.
May I try it? All right.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, gravitational potential energy equals 1.5 or a half.
1/2.
1/2 times 65 kilogram times Earth space velocity squared, right?
Yeah.
Or squared Earth escape velocity.
Yeah, squared. Nope, Earth escape velocity squared.
All right.
Okay, really nice. And
good.
Can you repeat it? Jair?
Yes, I can try. 1.5 times 65 kilos times Earth escape velocity
squared. Yeah, good.
Okay.
Okay, and can you keep reading?
Yes, the energy required to lift something away from the Earth is equal to its, how can I say this word?
Kinetic
energy if it were moving at Earth's escape velocity. How much is 4 gigajoules? It is about gigajoules. It is
all right, gigajoules.
Gigajoules. It is about a megawatt hour, which is what a typical U.S. household consumes in electricity in a month or two. It is the amount of stored. It is the amount. Okay. It is the amount of stored energy in a cargo van full of AA batteries or 90 kilograms of gasoline.
Yeah, which is awesome. AA batteries.
Okay.
Instead of saying AA batteries, we say AA.
Okay, WI.
AA.
WI.
A.
AA.
Good.
Okay.
Better.
I was speaking Portuguese now. Okay.
And then consumes. Consumes.
Consumes.
Yeah. So awesome. Does anybody have any questions here?
No.
Okay. Kinetic energy. Who can what's kinetic energy?
It's the energy. I'm not sure how to explain that, but it's the energy you have from generated by a movement.
Yeah, so it's like active energy. So we've got movement there instead of potential energy. Yeah, it's active energy, kinetic. Okay, good. And this is a cargo van of AA batteries. Jose, can you read the next part? Maybe the next two paragraphs?
Okay. 4 gigajoules times 7 billion people gives us 2.8 rise to okay 2.8 by times okay 2.8 times then rise to 18 joules or 8 petawatt hours.
Okay, let's
energy consumption. A lot, but not impossible. Yes, don't worry.
Sorry, you're just breaking up a little bit. Keep going.
Okay, but this is just a minimum. In practice, everything depends on our means of transportation. If we're using rockets, it's going to take a lot more. This is because of a fundamental problem with rockets. They have to lift their fuel.
Good. And petawatt.
Petawatt.
How do we say this number? Does anybody know?
10 raised to 18, no?
It's not. Well, at least in the math that I learned, it wouldn't be 10 raised to 18.
Okay. 10 to the power of 15?
Yeah, so you could say 10 to the power of 18, or you could say 10 to the 18th power, or 10 to the 18th.
10 to the 18th.
Yeah, 10 to the 18th.
Okay.
Or 10 to the 18th power. Power is kind of, you can leave it out. Okay, any questions here? Okay. And we've got Maria. Can you read the next two, I guess? Maria?
Sorry. Okay. If we want to launch, sorry, because I read in the link. Okay, let's return for a moment to this 90
kilograms of gasoline, about 30 gallons, because they help illustrate a central problem in space travel. If we want to launch a 65-kilogram spaceship, we need to burn around 90 kilograms of fuel. Gasoline has an energy per pound comparable to that of rocket fuel. So we'll stick with that example. We load that fuel on board, and now our spaceship weighs 155 kilograms. A 155 kilogram spaceship requires 215 kilograms of fuel, so we load another 125 kilograms on board.
Yeah. Good. Fuel. Can you repeat fuel?
Fuel.
Uh-huh. And kilograms.
Kilograms.
Yeah, it's different in English. Kilograms. Kilograms.
Kilograms. But because the word is very similar in
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's a tough one.
Spanish.
So
Okay.
instead of ki, it's ki. Kilograms.
Kilograms, no.
Yeah, close,
Kilo.
close. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
short I. And so, good. Does that make sense? Does everybody kind of understand this? Or does anybody have any questions?
Rocket is the same that a spaceship.
Yeah. A rocket is maybe a little bit different. Generally, a spaceship will contain people. Rockets, yeah, rockets generally won't have people, or like rockets will be used to launch a spaceship. The like idea of a ship means it's for people in it, and a rocket will like be the thing, like the I don't know how to explain it. The thing that contains the fuel. It's like,
Okay.
yeah. So they're very similar, maybe slightly different. Any other questions?
No.
Okay, Thales, can you read the next paragraph?
All right. Fortunately, we are saved from an infinite loop where we add 1.3 kilograms for every 1 kilogram we add, by the fact that we don't have to carry that fuel all the way up. We burn it as we go, so we get lighter and lighter, which means we need less and less fuel. But we do have to lift the fuel partway. The formula from how much propellant we need to burn to get moving at a given speed is given by the Tsiolkovsky rocket equation.
Yeah.
Delta V equals V exhaust, Neperian number? No, isn't it?
I actually don't know.
Logarithm of M start divided by M end.
Yeah,
Actually,
let's say
it's not
over
divided.
M end. Huh?
Is it divided? By?
It's divided by it'd be easier to say M start over M end. Over.
Now I remembered. It's Neperian logarithm
Perfect.
of M start divided by M end.
Are you a physicist?
No, I'm an engineer.
Okay. Then close enough. Let's look at propellant.
Propellant.
Good. And what else?
I have something to ask. What is fuel partway?
We do have to lift the fuel part way. So the fuel is the thing, and then part of the way, part of the way. It's like a fraction of the distance.
I didn't get it. Like what does this sentence means?
Okay, so when you have, I wish I could draw. I can't draw.
It's like the rocket is lifting a part of the rocket that contained the fuel.
Yeah, so
Like you are dumping?
kind of like you're dumping. You're getting rid of the fuel by burning it, right?
All right.
So if we're looking, let's look at this. So you've got a certain quantity of fuel, and as you're going up, your fuel is like it starts here, but then you like keep burning it, so the fuel no goes down. So you're not carrying fuel the whole way. The higher up you go, the less fuel you have, the less weight you have. So you don't carry the fuel all the way to space.
All right.
Make sense?
Makes sense. And the word lift, it applies to mm,
Lift is like carry or like push up, put it
okay.
into the air.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? All right, and let's have Iceland. Can you read the next 2 bits?
Okay. M start and M end are the total mass of the ship plus fuel before and after the burn. And the exhaust is the exhaust velocity of the fuel, a number that's between 2.5 and 4.5 kilometers per second for the rocket fuels.
Yeah, next part.
Okay. What's important is the ratio between delta V and V exhaust. The speed we want to be going compared to the speed that the propellant exits our rocket. The kilograms of fuel needed per kilogram of ship is E to the power of this number, which gets very fast. For leaving Earth, we need a delta V of upward of 13 kilometers per second, and V exhaust isn't much higher than 4.5 kilometers per second, which I don't see the other part. Can you, teacher?
Can you see it now?
Okay. Which give us a fuel to ship ratio at least E. I don't know how to say it.
13 over 4.5.
13 over 4.5. Approximately. Is this? How can I say
Yeah,
this
approximately. Approximately equals 20.
Okay.
Or is about 20.
Okay. Thank you.
Or you could say to approximately equal.
Okay. To approximately equal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Questions here. A little bit more complicated. You just need a lot of fuel, pretty much. Is basically what it's saying. Good pronunciation, though. Yeah, I don't think I really noticed anything.
Thank you.
Let's go. Oof, big one. Anna, how's it going?
Oh, great. I'm really sorry I'm late.
No
Well,
worries.
I can see that this class is about quantum physics or something like that.
So the question that we're talking about is there enough energy to move the entire current human population off planet? We decided, or we read, that it takes about, 6 gigajoules, I think? 4 gigajoules per person to get people off, but that's the minimum, and we're now talking about using spaceships to get people off the planet, and yeah, so...
And where would we go?
we don't really know. We're just trying to get out of the gravity well of the Earth. So just out of the Earth's orbit. So yeah, can you read this next little part?
Sure. Well, it looks more a lot nicer than the previous.
It is a lot nicer.
Yeah, thank you. The upshot is that to overcome Earth's gravity using traditional rocket fuels, a 1-ton craft needs 20 to 50 tons of fuel, launching all of humanity, total weight around 400 million tons, would therefore take tens of trillions of tons of fuel. That's a lot. If we were using hydrocarbon-based fuels, it would represent a decent chunk of the world's remaining oil reserves. And that's not even worrying about the weight of the ship itself, food, water, or our pets. There are probably around 1 million tons of pet dog in the US alone, and it says nothing about wastes. Well, we'd also need fuel to produce all these ships to transport people to the launch sites and so forth. It's not necessarily completely impossible, but it's certainly outside the realm of plausibility.
Can you repeat plausibility?
Plausibility.
Huh?
Plausibility.
Good. And decent.
Decent.
Yeah, so decent chunk of the world's remaining oil reserves.
Decent
good.
chunk.
Good. Okay. Questions here.
Oh, I think I had something upshot. What's the upshot?
The upshot. So like in this case it's meaning just like the basic or like the final thing that we need to consider, like the result, is that, yeah, result, David. Nice. Yeah, so the result is that we need this much. It's like without going through all the math in this case. Does that make sense, Anna?
Sure, perfect sense.
Okay. And Mustafa, how's it going?
It's going good, teacher. Thank you for asking.
Nice, good to hear.
Thank
And
you.
David, can you read the next part?
Yes, but rockets aren't our only option. As crazy as it sounds, we might be better off trying to, 1, literally climb into space on a rope, or 2, blow ourselves off the planet with nuclear weapons. These are actually serious, if audacious, ideas for launch systems, both of which have been bouncing around since the start of the space age.
Good. Yeah, and so obviously he's simplifying the matters, but yeah, these are actually ideas. Good pronunciation, audacious. Audacious?
Audacious?
Uh-huh. Other than that, I think you sounded good. Questions?
Bouncing? I'm not sure about the movement.
Bouncing, so like if we throw a ball at the ground, it will bounce back at us. So we bounce ideas around. This is saying that like these ideas have been like going back and forth. People say we should do it, people say we shouldn't do it. So they're not stable, they're not consistent, but they're there.
Okay.
Any other ideas or questions? Looks like Mustafa got audacious. And Julieta, can you read the next paragraph?
The first approach is the space elevator concept, a favorite of science fiction authors. The idea is that we connect a tether or a satellite orbiting far enough out that the tether is held taut by centrifugal force. Then we can send climbers up the rope using ordinary electricity and motors, powered by solar power, nuclear generators, or whatever works best. The biggest engineering hardly is that the tether would have been several times stronger than everything we can currently build. There are hopes that carbon nanotube-based materials could provide the required strength, adding this to the long list of engineering problems which can be waved away by taking on the prefix nano.
Good. Tacking. Can you repeat tacking?
Tacking.
And anything.
Anything.
Hurdle.
Say it
Hurdle.
again.
Hurdle. Engineering hurdle.
Hurdle.
Hurdle, yeah. Tether.
Tether.
Good. And perfect. Questions here.
Tether.
Tether. It's like if you're tethered in, you're tied in. So something that like holds this thing to the earth would be a tether. So it's tethered down. Does that kind of make sense? If you put things in the back of a truck, you like tether them to your truck. Yeah, a rope or chain to which something is restricted. So if we're looking at this, I guess this is a space tether. This is exactly what we're talking about. This idea that it's tethered to the earth. It's got a string to it. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Any other questions? Taut. Tight. So with no slack. Other questions?
Hurdle.
Hurdle is something you jump over. So a hurdle. Yeah, so this is a hurdler. Other questions? It's like a obstacle. Any other questions?
What's the centrifugal?
Pardon?
Well, after held taut by this word force. Yeah.
So centrifugal is center fleeing. So center and fugal is fleeing. So I think it's Greek. It's probably Latin actually. Yeah, so it's fleeing from the center. So this idea that something that's spinning, everything flies outside of it. So yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay. And Jair, can you read the next paragraph?
Yes. The second approach is nuclear pulse propulsion, a surprisingly plausible method for getting huge amounts of material moving really fast. The basic idea is that you toss a nuclear bomb behind you and ride the shockwave. You'd think the spacecraft would be vaporized, but it turns out that if it has a well-designed shield, the blast flings away before it has a chance to disintegrate. If it could be made reliable enough, this system would in theory be capable of lifting entire city blocks into orbit and could potentially accomplish our goal.
Good. Let's look at vaporized
Vaporize.
and designed.
Design.
Good. Designed. And reliable.
Reliable.
And lifting.
Lifting.
Good.
Okay.
Okay. Questions here. Okay.
I have a doubt here. Blast flings. What's the meaning?
To fling is like to throw. Usually we have like a fling. Some sort of like handle. That would be a fling. Fling object. Shoot. Well, that doesn't help us at all.
Okay.
Fling a ball. So yeah, this would be kind of like flinging. We're using something. It's just kind of a throwing. Yeah. So catapults will fling things. I think that's a really good idea. We've got a catapult that kind of flings things. It's an idea of throwing.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay. And I think we're with Jose. Can you read the next part?
Yes. Okay. The engineering principles behind this were solid enough that in the 1960s, under the guidance of Freeman Dyson, the US government actually tried to build one of these spaceships. The story of that effort, that Project Orion, is detailed in the excellent book of the same name by Freeman's son George Dyson. Advocates for nuclear pulse propulsion are still disappointed that the project was cancelled before any prototypes were built. Others argue that when you think about what they were trying to do, put our entire nuclear arsenal in a box, hurl it high into the atmosphere, and nake it repeatedly, it's terrifying that it got as far as it did. Joshua? Do you hear me?
I think he's lost the connection, maybe.
Yeah, I can't hear him either.
Yeah.
Hey guys, sorry. Thank you for copying that, Mustafa. Right. Jose, can you read the last sentence one more time?
The last sentence. Okay. The last sentence. Okay. The last sentence. Others argue that when you think about what they were trying to do, put our entire nuclear arsenal in a box, hurl it high into the atmosphere, and ignite it repeatedly. It's terrifying that it got as far as it did.
Good. Let's look at engineering.
Engineering.
Engineering. Guidance.
Items.
Guidance. Build.
Bill.
Orion. And nuke.
Okay.
And nuke it repeatedly. Questions here. Okay, good.
What does the last sentence mean?
So, advocates for nuclear pulse propulsion are still disappointed that the project was canceled before any prototypes were built. So, like, people are mad that it actually wasn't tried. Like, nobody even tried it. Like, come on. And then other people say that, like, what they were actually trying to do, which is, like, put all of the nuclear bombs that we had into a box, throw it into the atmosphere, and nuke it. Literally just, like, explode bombs at it. It's insane. It's, like, terrifying that they even thought about trying it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because, I mean, if you think about it, yeah, nuking a box of nukes is just mad. That could be really disastrous if it didn't work. Does that make sense?
Or if it works.
If it works, it would be so great as far as like space travel is concerned. But also, if we explode a box of nukes in our atmosphere, we're just like not going to be in any good sort of situation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, any other questions here? Okay. And Maria, can you read the last paragraph?
So the answer is that while sending one person into a space is easy, getting all of us there will tax our resources to the limit and possibly destroy the planet. It is a small step for a man, but it's a giant leap for mankind.
Giant. It's a giant leap.
Giant. Mankind.
Yeah. It's a small step for man, but a giant leap for mankind. Good. Questions here?
Well, I've got a pretty stupid one. Well, I wanted to ask if the word mankind is plural or singular?
Mankind would be singular. It's all of men, all men. So we would use it in the third person singular, like mankind is not going to make it. Like us as one group. It's kind of like family. So my family is singular. Does that make sense? Not a stupid question at all either.
So if I need, I could put an article in front of it, like a, since it's singular.
I mean, you probably wouldn't need an article because there are no other mankinds. You don't have to like demonstrate which one you're talking about.
Yeah,
it is
makes
the
sense.
mankind. Yeah, it's just mankind. Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else? Okay.
I have one.
Mm-hmm.
And it is tax.
Tax. Can anybody explain that?
reach our resources to the limit. Take
Pardon?
take our resources to the limit. It tax
Take our
the take
resources.
force.
It's the walk
It's like a
was
drain.
drain.
Require?
Not require either. So we can say like the hike was taxing, or that really taxed my legs. That like tired out, drained, used up. In this case, it would tax. It would like put a huge burden on our resources. So if we're talking about like reading even, so we could say this paragraph was really taxing to read. It was like tiring and difficult, and it took a lot out of me. Does that make sense? Do you guys understand?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And any other questions about this in general, or comments or ideas?
Well, I think this kind of space travel can cause some sort of black holes.
Yeah, maybe. Black hole. I don't know. How do you think it would cause a black hole?
Well, I'm not sure exactly. I just watched some sort of Morgan Freeman's TV show, and they were discussing some sort of stuff like that, and they said something about black holes. So
Okay. Really interesting. Morgan Freeman is always a good space narrator. Okay, I think we're with Mustafa. Do you have like you generally know what we're talking about here?
To be honest with you, teacher, I thought it was physics class or maybe math. And then I dawned on me like it is like wait to spaceship and kind of like machine pull the
Yeah.
people to the space or to another planets. Yeah, I got the idea, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, so the idea is there enough energy to move the entire current population off planet? So just into space. Not even really.
It's not good idea at all. We would ruin we would ruin it.
Yeah, no, it's not a good idea for sure.
Teacher, do you?
Yeah.
I'm not sure why would I have to use this hyphen between off and planet?
yeah, I'm not sure either.
So you could either say off the planet and use different words. Off planet is a place, and so because that thing off planet is one thing, we'd use the hyphen. So we're not talking about direction anymore. We're just talking about a place.
All right, it's like it could be substituted by space.
Yeah, into space. Yeah.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
like a place which is space.
It's a place that is not Earth, I guess. Yeah. So it would be a noun. It is like a thing. Yeah, it's a noun. So you use it as a hyphen because it is a noun that is not Earth.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense. And maybe Iceland, what do you think would be the best way? Which way would you choose to abort the planet?
I don't know, definitely. Maybe we should care better of our planet. That's the best idea.
Okay, so
If we need to do it, we are lost.
Yeah, where would we go? Yeah, we'd be pretty lost for sure. Okay, and yeah, I think that's reasonable. Yeah, I guess any other questions or comments or anything like that? Anybody have anything they want to say or add?
Yes, teacher. I have been studying a little bit of resources efficiency of consumption
Uh-huh.
of humankind, and I would like to ask you guys if you agree that natality is it alright this word?
I'm not sure which word.
The word I mean the number of people came.
Oh, the population?
Yes, the population growth. That is the main question. Like that is the main reason of our resources being so low. I mean, the scarcity of resources is growing, and the number of the population, the world population, it is not going down, and I'm not. I think people are not very concerned about that. I don't see the presidents talking about let's have less childs, let's not have so many childs.
Yeah.
And do you
Does
guys
anybody?
Yeah, I agree.
agree with that?
Yeah, I totally agree. Why do you have to give birth to another child when there's lots of them without parents? You could just adopt. Well, it's a mean thing to say, I guess.
Reasonable though. Yeah. Definitely the population is it should be more of a concern than it is, I think, I would say, in my opinion. But, obviously there are other opinions on it. Good question. We are out of time, unfortunately. Thank you guys for coming into class. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon. And yeah, have a really good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.